thought you knew to do it to die. Call your mother and your father to let them know that you're dead. What the hell they should do? Say your prayers and beg for forgiveness. The reaper is rising and you're on the checklist. You can run but you cannot hide. Your ending was close to it. Death is on your side. Your decision, your life has made it hard for you to survive. Count your chickens, accept your losses. You are the reason for the nails in your coffin. Shame, shame, I know your name.
Today, we're going to discuss which one of the two of us dressed up as Pennywise to deliver a balloon to their mother on Valentine's Day. Today on Podcast Rock City Live.
Podcast Rock City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City, and with me is Lee, the goddess of thunder. Westy, how you doing, Lee?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, okay, so as you guys can see, two of us are missing this week. The guys had things that they could not get away from this week. Sonny with some personal business, and Joey with some, he's a music teacher, so he has some schooling things to do. Lee did not dress up as Pennywise to deliver a balloon
to the assisted living. I don't think so.
How old is your mom now?
She's 88.
88. She's seen you dressed like Pennywise?
She has. She doesn't like it. She doesn't.
Oh, really? I'm going to tell you guys right now that my son, I actually have a picture of my son with Lee at a Dragon Con here in Atlanta. Yeah. And they're together. And when we were done, my son was like, "I'm so glad you knew her because that freaked me out." You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud.
I'll tell you what, though, this is the truth. Her Pennywise outfit is kick-ass, and everywhere she goes, it was like every 3 feet, picture. I was like, we just got to get in what we can. Thank you guys for tuning in live today. We really, really appreciate it. We got some stuff to talk about. There's some news. I had a subject for the week until I found out the other guys couldn't come on. So we're going to hold that until next week. But there is some news and a few other things that I want to talk about. So let's get to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
I'll tell you guys this. I went to a record store out here in West Georgia today, and it's called the Vinyl Frontier. They don't pay me or anything like that to mention their name. It's one of the stores that I like out here in West Georgia. The reason why I mention it is if you have not yet got this half-speed remaster at the Vinyl Frontier in West Georgia, if you happen to be in Georgia, they have. Well, I can tell you this: the guy that owns the place told me one time some dude came in here because you mentioned it on the show.
Wow!
And I was like, okay, well, if you haven't purchased this yet, they have like 4 or 5 copies. And I grabbed one so I can open one and leave one in the wrapper.
Of course you did.
Because I'm a psycho.
Homer.
And yeah. Oh, man. Now you're calling me Homer? That's okay. I'll take it. So a lot's going on. A couple of things that I want to touch on. One, we still have not received those tour dates, have we?
We have not.
We have not. So
how long has it been since we talked?
3 weeks now, I believe. And it was supposed to be 10 days. Yes. So I'm really wondering, I see rumors all over the internet of where the last show is going to be. And of course, everybody thinks it's going to be at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
The dates of what people are saying is all over the place. I've seen everything from August and September. I've seen December. I've seen December 31st. I've seen Christmas Eve. If Christmas Eve is the final show, they're in a lot of trouble.
I doubt it.
There's no way that it's Christmas Eve. Anyway, thank you guys that are tuned in live. We really do appreciate it. If this is your first time being here, let us know. Hey, somebody's texting me. Yes. It's really great. If this is your first time here, let us know. Otherwise, we got the group of bad guys that like to hang out with us on a Sunday. We love you guys. Thank you very much. Please don't take the fact that I said bad guys personally. You know what I'm saying, Lee?
Fun guys.
Yeah, where everybody's fun. I'm not being serious. I'm just rambling off at the mouth. Anyway.
Not you, Joe. You don't.
All right, so let's talk about this. A few different things. I'm going to add this to the screen, and this is going to be our one of our little topics. Look at here. I'm sure you guys have already read this and seen this, but just in case, for Record Store Day, there is going to be a release of Rockology. So, and if you look, the cover I think is different. I'm not 100% sure. I don't own Rockology because I've never been able to come across it. But here it is. April 22nd, 2023. It's a double LP. The label is Culture Factory USA. There's only 4,000.
Oh.
That's it. Okay.
Oh boy.
So and it's looks like it's a splatter with a fox makeup on the center. I don't know if that's exactly how. I wonder if I could click on this. I guess I can.
Cool.
Look at that. 5 never before released demo tracks, new solo album style, 12-inch by 24 poster. Ooh, it would be so cool if it would connect somewhere with the other ones. Printed inner sleeves with never before seen photos and liner notes, and then something really small that I can't read. Can you read that right there?
I cannot.
Orange, clear, and black splatter, translucent double vinyl, 12 inches. It's pretty awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think that's pretty cool. So let me read what this says right here for you guys. Eric Carr remained a member of KISS until his death from heart cancer. He took up the persona of the Fox and was one of the fan favorites. Rockology is Eric Carr's only solo record, which features former KISS guitarist Bruce Kulick. The package was designed and mastered along with Loretta Carr, Eric's sister, to fall in line as the 5th KISS solo album. The cover is Eric in his Fox makeup. The 12 by 24 inch poster is the same style as the original 4 solo KISS releases. Printed inner sleeves include never before seen photos and liner notes. The vinyl is an orange, clear, black splatter with Fox record labels. That's pretty cool.
That is.
The second LP features 5 never before released demo tracks. All extras are noted on the packaging, OBI style, or they call it OB style, spine, side spine. This is a must for fans, collectors of KISS. Let's see. First, orange, clear, and black swirl, and second, black, clear, and orange swirl color vinyl, and one 12 by 24 lobby poster. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a list of the songs down there. I'll post. Well, I think I already did post this on our Facebook page.
Can you scroll down a little there?
See what else is on here? It looks like ads.
Oh, just sponsors. Okay.
Sponsors, yes. So, Lee, is this something that you're going to be like, gotta have?
I'm not a giant record collector, but I wouldn't mind having that. It's pretty cool looking. I could put it on my wall over here with my solo
records
for discs.
It's really good. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I hope that I could find. I've already had one or two people say, "Hey, if I can find it, I'll hook you up with a copy." And my whole thing is it's like, please don't everybody buy a copy and think that I'm gonna.
Where are we gonna find this though? That's the problem.
So you got it. So I went by one of the record stores I go. Actually, I went by both of them. One of them does not participate in Record Store Day. Lee, show the T-shirt, please. Craig Broderick wants to see it.
It's Gene.
It's a solo record. Anyway, and yeah, so one of them does not participate in Record Store Day. They told me it's very expensive. They said in order to be in Record Store Day, you have to spend a shit ton of money.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, that's Doug right there messaging us and telling us that we're rock stars. We're going to get into that. That has something to do with the commercial from the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I think that I'm going to want something like this. It's, it's being put out, and from what I'm being told, it's the same guy that bought the rights to the Peter when he had his solo career records,
Yeah.
I hear it's the same guy, and I apologize, I don't know his name, and if I did, I'm not sure I would say it because I'm not sure he would want me to say that. But this is what I'll tell you: buy his product. Obviously, he's a Kiss fan. Obviously, he puts this together not just to make money, but for fans, because it's, when a lot of Kiss fans do things to not only to sell them, a lot of times it's because they wanted one themselves.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, purchase it. It'll get him to do it again.
Andrew said it's not the same guy.
It's not the same guy. Thank you, Andrew.
Get your story straight, Joe.
Oh man, did he say that too?
I did.
Okay. Well, I can deal.
I'm just picking on you.
I can deal with it. Anyway, I also was told that it's going to be coming out on CD too, I believe. So if that's true, awesome. It doesn't say that in our thing there.
But it won't be the limited edition.
Yeah. Because it'll obviously have the solo album cover, which is different than the original Rockology. The original Rockology was like a painting of Eric or a picture of Eric, right? I've seen it before. I just don't have it. At least I don't think so. I really don't think that
I've ever somewhere.
I've ever run it. Yeah, well, that's a possibility. Once again, thank you guys all for being here. So let's see. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about. I can't play it on here because I'm not sure what kind of strike I would get against me. But did you guys watch the Super Bowl and see the Paul Stanley? Let's see. Paul Stanley,
so
Joan
funny.
Jett, Ozzy Osbourne, Billy Idol, and then some dude that only my buddy Doug would know. I didn't know who it was. And he was like, he didn't really fit in as a rock star, but whatever. He's going to tell us any second. So, all right, there it is. 500 CDs, 5,000 LPs.
Oh,
there are two different Rockology releases prior to this. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you,
Setting
Andrew.
us straight.
Yeah. He is the
Gary Clark Jr.
Oh, thank you, Doug. Gary Clark Jr. Andrew is the Sheldon Cooper of our classroom. He's the one. He's the one that when you say something, actually,
this is the facts, Jack.
But it's good that he knows because he helps, and we really do appreciate it
very much.
All right, so that's happened, and now there's the commercial with Paul Stanley. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I thought it was the best commercial.
I loved it. It was so funny.
I loved it, and it wasn't just
when he was peeking through the door. That was classic.
Oh yeah, when he goes, "You're a rock."
Yeah, he's like,
and Paul comes through the door.
That was so. I was laughing
goes,
like
I
out
wasn't
loud.
Gonna say it, and he backs out the door.
Yeah, he's
and
like,
then the whole who's
so
the new guy? Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Oswald. Ozzy.
Oswald.
And talking about how he's done enough bad things for a
Yes.
lifetime and your
It was
lifetime.
a great commercial.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Hey, look.
First time.
Yes. I think that's Jess. Am I reading
my goodness, he just had a baby. Congratulations.
Holy mackerel.
Wow.
That should make the news.
Bringing that baby up right already.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for being, man. It touches our heart that you're watching while this is going on.
Jeez.
Let's see. We got another comment. Bonjour. Thank you. I probably
Bonjour.
said that awful. Anyway, thank you guys once again for being here. We really do appreciate it. Let's see. So the commercial comes out. A lot of us had seen it before. Mm-hmm. It pissed me off because I didn't see it until almost the end of the freaking Super Bowl. So I had to sit through that stupid game. I'm just kidding. I sat through the game.
You were sitting watching it anyways.
I would have been watching it anyways. But the cool thing is I want to say this is the second time there's been a Kiss commercial that I can remember in the Super Bowl, because there was the one where Paul and Gene do the Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and doesn't he rip the top off? He doesn't go like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah, but so Kiss having Super Bowl commercials is pretty cool.
I loved it.
Yeah. Now Lee and I are from Atlanta, you guys. So the first time the Falcons lost in the Super Bowl, notice how I put that. The coolest part was Kiss opened the Super Bowl.
Kiss at the Super Bowl.
And I am a huge Falcons fan, and you don't have to put any comments and let me know how bad they are. I promise I already know. It's not about that. We went to the Super Bowl, and oh my God, Kiss got announced for the pre-show, and I remember thinking, this is the greatest thing ever.
I couldn't believe it.
And then, like a couple of years later, I always watched professional wrestling, and then Kiss had a professional wrestler.
Yes,
and I remember thinking, how does this keep happening to me? My favorite things have Kiss in them.
Why? Wonder why.
Yes. But yeah, so it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. Everybody is congratulating Jess on the baby.
Sweet.
That's really awesome. You guys are amazing. So let's see. I have some questions to ask Lee, since just Lee and I are here. I started putting out some YouTube shorts this week. I don't know if you guys have seen them, and basically they're just to kind of put out to give us something to talk about during the week.
Yeah.
I'll hold up a record or something and tell you my take on it, and then you tell me yours. And it was a lot of fun. We actually got thousands of views and tons and hundreds of comments. It was awesome. So I want to go ahead and ask Lee some of these questions that I asked.
Oh no.
And, and put her on the spot. So we're going to go ahead and get to the topic of the week.
Pop.
So one of the things that I posted was the fact that I see it commented a lot. And something's commented a lot, and because it's commented a lot, I decided to ask people on YouTube what they thought. And the comment that I get, and I don't know if I'm the only one that gets it, I'm sure you've heard it too, is the worst Kiss album cover ever is Kiss Unmasked.
Really?
Uh-huh. I get that a lot. You disagree?
I disagree. I think it's cool.
And you think it's cool. One of the things that really seems to bother people is the last panel. I still say they stink.
But we've all heard that. It's funny.
Right. Okay, so you don't think that was a misstep for them to put that?
No, it's just a play on what people say that aren't Kiss fans,
So my thing is it is a reporter, and he's trying to get pictures of them,
Yep.
And he's trying to get pictures of them, and then he goes to the concert, and the place is sold out, and he's basically what he's saying there is, it doesn't matter how good they are, I still say they stink.
Yeah, but we don't care what you say. That's how we've always been. Kiss Army.
Yeah.
So
right,
bye.
but some people really bother. Leah's like, see ya, hit the
Bye.
road.
I think hadn't heard that since 1975.
Have you ever dated a guy that was like, I'm not a Kiss fan?
Oh yes, did not.
You have.
Farewell. Farewell.
So you would not date a guy that wasn't a Kiss fan?
I mentioned it in my VH1 fan club freaking 23
Oh,
years
really?
ago. Yeah.
I did not know that. I don't
Yeah,
remember
the guy
that
came
part.
to visit. I visited him, and then twice, and then he lived in Florida, and then he visited me, and he didn't know I had all this stuff. And I think he flipped out. He ghosted me. That wasn't a term back then, but that's what he did.
Right.
So I asked our mutual friend, what's the problem? He won't call me back, or he doesn't call me, whatever. And she's like, well, he didn't, all that Kiss stuff, he didn't think he could live like that. I'm like, well, I didn't ask him to move in, so I don't know. Just bye.
Hey, Angelo, thank you very much for us being your new favorite podcast. We love that. Thank you very much. Tatiana is in the house. She says Hot in the Shade is the worst cover. Unmasked cover is awesome, says Mr. Matt.
I agree with Matt.
Let's see. Andrew says Hits is pretty bad. Hot in the Shade.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I always thought the cover should have been the inside poster. You know, I'm not going to lie. I don't really disagree with that. I like what we got.
Yeah.
But we interviewed the artist and, or I did when I was at a Kiss thing, and I went over and I sat down with him, and he was interesting. And he basically talked about, the panel where Peter is winking, and that was, according to him, him saying I'm not in the band anymore. That was his way of,
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So Asylum doesn't do it, but great album. That was Christian. Andrew says the original Unmasked cover used the 1978 Kiss comic art. Interesting. I did not know that. You're going to have to post a picture on our thing. Tatiana, Animalize, isn't that great? Lisa says The Elder. Doug says The Elder.
The Elder. Come on, that's classic. The Doorknob. Come on.
Look, somebody wrote, I can't see who you are because you're on Facebook. Comic book sucks, so therefore Unmasked cover sucks.
Come on.
Solid. That could be Sonny Pooney right there. I just want to point
Sonny
that
coming in there?
He hates comic books. Hits. Unmasked cover is awesome. Everybody is it's really all over the place. This one, The Elder, Animalize, and Psychosurface are the only Kiss albums that I feel have weak album covers. I like Psychosurface with the lenticular thing, how it moves. That was
kind of interesting, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so now that we've talked about that, and I've greased the wheels, so to speak, and got I got Lee comfortable. And I've decided to hit her with a tough question.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Can I plead the fifth?
You can.
Okay.
Okay. So here, a couple of things. We're going to start with this one. I know that you don't personally have any issues with the human being Tommy Thayer.
Correct. Very nice guy.
Right.
Great music, great player.
But it does bother you as a fan when he wears the makeup? Yes? No?
I've grown to accept it, but yes, when it all started, I wasn't on board because to me, the magic was gone. To me, Kiss is the four original people. I mean, I was very young when I got into them in 75, and they were in my soul, man, and that's Kiss to me. So I know Gene said some stuff about, well, we're like Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. Anybody can put the costume on. And I just never felt that way. I didn't feel that way. I felt like the four guys, they made the makeup. It was their personas. And so, it did bother me to see the two of them up there. But I mean, I've grown to accept it. But
right.
The magic is kind of not there with that.
Right. Okay. So now, see, the reason why I brought this up is, of course, we're getting a lot of, Tommy is awesome. Yes. Yeah, that's not what we're saying. what I've noticed is that the it's like 2 camps or 3 camps. How about that?
There's a lot. Yeah, there's some real hateful folks.
There's 3 camps. One camp is I don't give a damn if Tommy's wearing the makeup,
still
just
going,
so long as my friend is there. That's the camp I'm in.
I get that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad they're continued too. Believe me.
Okay. Then you have the camp that's I don't like it, but
I'll deal with it. Yeah.
But I'll deal with it. That's the
I'm
camp
glad
that
to still
Lee is
see
in.
Gene. Yeah, because I'm glad to still go to the show and see Gene and Paul as much as I can. And like I said, Tommy's a great player. He's a good choice for the situation. It's just hard for me.
And he loves the band.
He does.
I know.
He's a great guy, but it's hard for me to accept.
Yeah. No, I get it. Oh, hey, one more thing. I wanted to mention this. I don't know if Matt Porter is still here, but I believe, and this goes back to the unmasked thing. This is very cool. I believe he actually went on vacation somewhere and stumbled into the artist that painted the unmasked cover.
Ooh.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that he was able to purchase a rolled insert poster, not a folded one.
Whoa,
not a folded one.
That's special.
It is. If he's still here, he'll tell us yes or no,
That's
or
cool.
no, I didn't get one, or I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
But yeah, so all right. So the other one is the people that are super hateful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little overboard
towards Tommy. And it's one thing to be upset, but my thing here is what I wanted to ask you, Lee, is what do you think makes this so personal to some people?
Because Kiss is our band, man. I mean, let me see, how many years have I mean, this is like, I'm going on 40 something years, they're my band. I put the makeup on as a kid, and I don't know, they're in our soul. Kiss fans are so extremely, into it.
There you go, Camp 4. Look at that. Then the Tales of a Kiss Geek. Thank you very much. If you guys haven't gone to that site, make sure you do.
There's
that. Yeah, there's like my son.
I get that.
The first time he saw Kiss was Tommy.
Yep.
So his spaceman was.
But he didn't get to experience the real thing.
No, yeah, that's true.
But that'll never happen again. The way the mystery and the magic back in the 70s, we'll never see that again with anybody. They could never get away with that nowadays.
Matt Porter says, totally true. Went to Victor Staben's gallery and I bought a flat, unfolded, unmasked poster.
Wow.
I'll trade you for that, Matt. What do you want? I would love to have it. Let's see. Ryan, let's see. Let's see. ATL. Hey, he's in Atlanta.
Hey.
Kiss Layer, thanks for what you do. Thank you, Ryan. So you think that it's personal because it's our band. It's like, but I don't meet like I meet college football fans that love their team. Roll Tide. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course. Yes.
Okay.
Fandoms are serious,
Yes, but I don't meet other band guys that like take it. I mean, at least I don't.
Because Kiss are freaking superheroes. They're different. That's all there is to it.
It's different, isn't it?
It is. They're superheroes, and they made it that way.
I guess that's it. They are such a unique.
Yeah, all the merch and all the so much.
Yeah, and people really take it like so personal. It's like I remember one time having a conversation with somebody and they really were kind of ripping on Kiss, and I was like, I don't know why you would do this with me here. It's very personal,
because they love to get us going. They love it.
And they really can get you going.
They love to do it because they know how deeply rooted we are in it. It's been done to me my whole life. I got to the point where, I remember in middle school, people yelling down the hall, "Kiss sucks," and I'd just be like, "Fuck you," with all my Kiss shit on. I had to wear something Kiss every day.
I still do. And you know what, though? Let me ask you this. And you guys out there that are watching live, let me know. Don't forget, you can send us an email to Podcast Rock City Live. Oh, wait, no. Podcast.
You screwed up. Oop.
Podcast Rock City 1.
That's the number 1.
At gmail.com. You see, the bad thing is, or the good thing is, I'm going to delete all that shit for the. Maybe I will. I don't know.
Who cares?
So you can email us at podcastrockcity1, that's the number 1, at gmail.com, and let us know what you think about anything we're talking about. Even if you're like, I'm angry at Lee because she doesn't like this, we won't take it personally. And very importantly, what we're saying here is, you don't take it personally. We're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings.
No. Look at that. Who would ghost the goddess?
Fuck that guy. I agree. But yeah, so it is very personal. I just wanted to get your take on it. It is, you do consider them family. I consider them family.
Yes.
Isn't that strange as hell?
Well, they've been with us so long, since I was 11 years old. They've always been in my life since then. So it's like, yes. And I'm dreading the day one of them is gone. It's going to affect the shit out of me.
We're not having that conversation.
Well, I'm sorry. They're getting old.
Oh, it's true.
It's going to be awful.
If they would have always gave any new member individual characters from the get-go, that would not be the issue.
I agree with that.
It is
I
true.
always said that. If they had
a lot.
That's the thing with me. If they had given their own characters, it would have been fine.
Right. A lot of people are the same way. Yep. Some people are disappointed because they would have loved to have had a new character.
Right.
You know how that goes. So let's see. What is this? So why does everybody say they were picked on for being a Kiss fan? I can honestly say I've never been made fun of or
You're lucky.
picked. Yeah, I
literally got picked on a lot.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me, even when I was little, that it was terrible. I remember going to a family thing in New Jersey and walking in, and I had my cheap ass cassette player, and they were like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, "Kiss," and they were like,
"Kiss sucks.
Kiss sucks." Remember?
That's always my comeback.
I think in the Detroit Rock City DVD, at the end of the credits, or somewhere on the DVD, they put that kid that says "Kiss sucks,"
Yeah.
And I think, but he says it a long time, like "Kiss sucks," like that.
Nobody cares what you think.
I wonder if I could get that and put it in here.
Oh, that'd be funny. Put it in one of the...
I wonder if I would get hate. In my school, it was AC/DC or Kiss. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. AC/DC was huge.
Let me tell you guys, it's so hard to keep up when there's only 2 of us on the show. And it's just you and I talking. I'm trying to read comments and put them out.
A lot of good comments here.
You guys are killing it today. Thank you very much. Always remember, tell your friends about this and subscribe to the channel. Check this out. This week we got 80 new subscribers, which is a big thing for us. I started doing the shorts and people are checking us out, and it's really a lot of fun. All right, so let me hit you with another question.
Yes.
How do you put the solo albums in order?
By my favorite, I guess.
Which is what, Lee?
Well, actually, no. Actually, I always have an order, like with my bobbleheads, with my, everything. There is always an order. It goes Gene, Paul, and then Ace and Peter switch sometimes. I can't.
For the solo albums?
Anything I get with Kiss.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's
Except
unique.
somehow these guys, I think I put Paul on the bottom because it's the only one not signed yet, and I got this. I was telling you that's my last thing I need signed.
You know, when I was trying to collect the
Gene's
original,
always first.
of course, when I was yes, of course, Joel. I know they're
Oh,
not family,
Joel.
but we think of them as family. That's what I'm saying. I understand the difference, buddy. I promise. Anyway, I'll tell you this is a funny
They
story. Here's
feel
something
like
you guys,
family.
yes, this is something you guys don't know. I was getting the Love Gun Alive 2 posters where Ace has got the smoking guitar and Paul has,
Got them all
anyway.
signed right here.
Right. And when I was purchasing them, not getting them signed, I actually put a empty frame in the spot I wanted to hang it until I purchased it because I'm sick in the head. I was like, this is where it's gonna go. And my son's mom, I remember she came downstairs and she was looking in the room and she was like, oh my God, that's the funniest thing ever.
You're crazy.
You've
You've lost your mind.
You put a bookmark on the wall of where it's
so
gonna
great.
go.
Yeah, mine are all from my childhood, and then I was able to get each one signed. 2 of them I got at 3 of them I got signed at 2 different Kiss Coffee House events. Gene and Paul, and then Ace, and then Peter I got at an expo in Philadelphia, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, one of the cool things that you guys, maybe one day I'll get Lee to do a video of her collection because I swear to you guys, it'll blow your freaking minds. But all those posters are actually signed to Lee, right?
That's how I want it. Yeah,
that's how you want it, to Lee. They don't like mine; just have the autographs on them. But
well, yours are probably worth more than mine then, because I just wanted mine personalized. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? I have to tell you, I think I blew it. It would have been so much cooler had I done to Joe.
I just like looking at it,
my kid could have kept those forever and be like, those are my dad's. It has his name on there.
To Lee.
All right, so let's talk about what was the last thing I was talking? My brain is going so fast right now. The solo. Okay, so all right. So now let me ask you this. Obviously it changes all the time, but what is the album that your Kiss album you're really go to right now?
It's typically either Alive or Destroyer.
Really?
Those were always my 2 favorites, but I always love Rock and Roll Over and Love Gun also. Like it's one of those, and up to Alive 2. So that little era right there, always.
You find yourself there a lot.
Yeah, Alive 1 to Alive 2 and in between. Yep.
Half Ace is cooking dinner. Thank you. Make sure you let us know what you're cooking, and if it's good, post the recipe. You can send it to me at podcastrockcity1. That's the number 1 at gmail.com. My friends in high school were like the UN of metal. I was the Kiss guy. Jess Ball says one friend was the Metallica guy, another was the G and R guy, Ozzy, and so on. Right. I had Doug and I were Kiss guys, and he liked a lot of stuff, but his favorite band was Kiss. Our friend Bob, who was in a band with us, he was, I think, more of a Maiden guy. And he is the first person that I ever heard Motorhead with. He played the Ace of Spades, and I remember him sitting down next to me. And if you knew Bob, he was amazing. He's one of the smartest people I ever knew, got a perfect score on his SATs and everything.
Nice.
And he squinted like this a lot, and but he was not stoned. And I remember he played the Ace of Spades for me, and then he leaned in and he goes, the song is literally about a card game, man.
That's all I need.
And I was like, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. But, and that was the first time I ever heard Motorhead.
Yeah.
I have stories about Bob's house that would just totally freaking blow your mind. But yeah, so that's one of the things. Doug wants to know, does the baby count as a new subscriber? Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a done deal.
The baby.
I'm really trying to keep up with your comments today, guys. I'm really sorry if I'm not getting to all of them. Let's see. Steve H67 says some fans want a signature done to them and some don't.
Yep.
I got Lydia to sign some books for my Kiss buddies, and one fan only wanted her signature. Interesting. She's been on the show. If you guys don't know this, all our shows are on iTunes or Google or Amazon. They're on. I mean, they're iHeartRadio. I believe they're on. Anywhere where you can stream stuff. We have over 400 shows. Anything you can find, we've talked about it, and we always seem to find more to talk about. We have had Lydia on the show. Go back, it's a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe more, that she was on the show, and it was a lot of fun. She brought a special guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is because that'll blow the fun. But she brought a special guest. Oh, a half ace says he's making spaghetti. All right, so let's ask another thing. Don't say the pinball machine is too easy.
My favorite.
What is your prized possession after the pinball machine?
After the pinball machine would be my Paul Stanley broken body and neck that's signed by Paul. I got the body signed. Got them at 2 different shows personally.
Right, and then you snagged that. Tell that story. What show was it?
The body was, where did I get that one? One was Texas and one, where was the other one? I can't remember. But the body was Paul literally, I was right in front dressed as Gene. Paul like handed it right to me after he broke it. Back when he used to give them out, of course.
Right, before he realized he could sell them for $5,000.
Right. So I had my Gene, I had my wings and everything. So I took it and kind of grabbed it and leaned over the barrier, and people were beating on my back and pulling my hair. It was crazy.
But you got it.
Well, I just kept taking it, and then the security guy came over. He goes, "Let me take it, and I'll meet you out at the fence, blah blah blah." And I was like, "You promise? I mean, my God, this is a prize you don't even understand, And he's like, "I will meet you," and he did. He met me out there. And then the neck I got at a different show, and Paul put it right in my hand, and when the lights went out, someone ripped it out of my hand, like it hurt. I'm not going to sue them like that one person did, but someone ripped it out of my hands. So I'm like, well, I touched it, whatever. So then I felt someone grab my hand and put it back in my hand. So the security guy saw that guy took it from me, and he took it from the guy and gave it back to me.
That's pretty cool.
And I put it under my wings again and ran out of there.
Look at this. This is a prized possession. 79 Iceman,
Ooh,
Wolf
nice.
of Nature.
Sweet.
Man, is that thing signed? I'd love to know. Okay. All right.
Oh,
listen.
the Apple story. Someone asked about
Yes,
the
people
Apple.
want to know about the Apple story.
I did.
I'm going to read some comments. You tell the crazy ass.
Okay.
I have actually been in the room with this thing.
I should have brought it. I could go grab it if you want me to. It's upstairs. But yeah, that was at the 94 Blaze Fest. That was up in, where was that? Chicago or the Odeum? So I went with some friends, and Phil Elliott, you guys probably know him. A bunch of us from Atlanta went up there, and he didn't tell me that Kiss was going to be at the same hotel we were staying at. Everybody knew but me. It was like a surprise little thing. So we were down in the lobby, and Gene and Eric Singer walked in. I almost died, like literally. I was just sitting on the couch in the lobby, and Gene and Eric Singer walked in. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. So I just sat there and I couldn't move. I just couldn't do it. So Phil went to Gene. He goes, "This Lee, my friend Lee, would like to meet you, because I couldn't do it." So Gene came over and pulled me off the couch and like bear hugged me. And then he went, oh.
Oh my God!
So
nowadays he'd be canceled.
So then he was a little bit later. He got an apple. He was eating an apple, and he had the core, and he was looking for a trash can. And I went up to him like this. I don't know why I did this. I don't know. I'm not crazy, but it was fun.
You're crazy.
No, I'm not. But maybe. So I put my hand out, and he put it in there. And after he put it in, he pushed my head down like he's horrible.
He is.
You know what I mean? But I still have this apple core. So how many years? Like this
it's
is
in a
old
Ziploc
apple.
bag, right?
No, it's just out. It's like mummified. It's like this big
Oh,
now.
I
It's
could
like
have
a little
sworn it was in a
mummified. No, I have it in the Gene Simmons shot glass.
It's shrunk down that much.
Yes.
Eventually, it's just going to disappear.
I'll bring it to the next show and show you.
Look at this. Pulse. Everybody has awesome things. Destroyer signed by all four. Original Kiss costume pieces. Japanese CD collection. Comic signed. Elder vinyl gatefold signed by Gene, Paul, Eric, and Ace. That is awesome. Look at this one right here. My prized possession is Kiss debut promo poster.
Nice.
That thing cost as much as a car. I looked at one time. I was like, I can't get that one. But I have a bunch of stuff that I really love.
What's yours, Joe? Your favorite?
I think that a couple of things. I kind of tie. When my father passed away, he didn't really have any money. But one thing that he did do right before, like maybe 3 or 4 years before, he took a small insurance policy out on himself, so he could help me pay for all the
your Kiss
renovations that I did in the building in my house.
Okay.
So my father, I took my house and turned the garage into an apartment for him. He was in a wheelchair, and I wanted him to stay with me.
Aww,
so he always felt bad that I paid for all that. So when he passed away, I got some money. So I can't think of anything that I own that my dad got for me. My mom, yeah. Karen, absolutely. But my dad, he drove me to concerts when I was little, you know?
Right.
So I went online and found a complete set of the Magic Market cups.
Ooh, I have those.
And they're in beautiful shape. And I used a little bit of that money to purchase that. So I can always say, my dad gave me this.
My dad gave it to me. Aw, that's sweet.
And then of course, I love my Mego dolls. Anything that's a coin that I've had for a while. Meeting Gene with Karen, getting a bass was awesome. Meeting Paul and getting a guitar.
Of course. I mean, those experiences are...
Those super
What about you and I have leg tattoos. Those are pretty special.
Yes. All right. So I don't know. A lot of you guys could be new. I'll tell you guys this. So Ace was in Atlanta at the Days of the Dead, right? That just
what
passed.
year was that?
Well, that's
it comes every year.
That's got to be 10 or 12 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And I get in line, and Lee's there, so I hung out with Lee. So we're going through the line, and all I have is my smoking guitar Ace Frehley poster, and I'm gonna get that signed. Once I get that signed, that's the first poster that would be signed.
Nice.
They're all signed now, of course. So as we're about to go through the line, Lee goes, "Hey, you gonna get Ace to sign you?" And I said,
"Didn't you have that Kiss Army tattoo at that time?"
Yeah, I have a Kiss tattoo. And I go, "No, I can't really afford to do that." And you were like, I'm paying. I'm paying. So Lee walked up and paid the money. And then I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing this. And I went and walked in, and Lee, was there, and Ace autographed my leg.
Yeah.
And I of course, thanked her, and immediately went to a place in a town called Kennesaw, Georgia, where it's the law to own. You have to own a gun.
I have one.
And that's going to get political. I didn't mean to get political. Don't talk about that.
No, it's literally a law in the books.
That's literally a law. And I went and got it tattooed. And my buddy Doug, who you see his comment here,
his leg.
Yeah, he one time told me, because I have all the signatures on my leg, and he said, "That's funny." Chuck McFarlane has a urinal cake that Gene peed on. I don't know if that's serious.
We're not sure about that.
That's worse than the apple core. Anyway, and Doug goes, "I hope you know if you die, we're taking the leg." I was like, "Thanks, dude."
Well, you can have tattoos saved after you.
I don't want to. What?
It's true.
But that's disturbing.
Why?
Tatiana says all the different tour books from around the world, all different versions except for the Return of Kiss, which if you guys know anything about those tour books of the Return of Kiss, they are super hard to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I have the Unmasked tour book that's signed by Paul, Gene, and Ace, and of course I'll never get Eric, but I love that that's signed. All right, let me ask. So we're coming down to the wire. Man, you guys have hung out and just talked Kiss with us.
Blab and Kiss.
For 50 minutes now. You guys are amazing.
I love everybody's stuff in their collections. This is
Eric
great.
Singer drumsticks and 3 drum heads from my first Kiss show in Dublin.
Sweet.
Tales of a Kiss Geek. All right. Jared, he has the first Kiss release I got was double platinum on A-Track, and I got Gene and Paul to sign 1 cartridge and Ace and Peter to sign the other. Look how clever that is.
That is clever.
I know that's like a one of a kind. I'm going to go and do it now. I'm just kidding. I want you guys to know that my buddy Doug, whose birthday was yesterday, happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday, Doug.
He's hitting me in the balls right here. With this where it says, I heard the tour book from Cobo
I thought
Hall.
it was a personal shot.
Yeah, of course it is. We flew to Cobo to see Kiss play the Alive show in Cobo Hall, and they had the tour books that were only for Cobo Hall, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey man, I bet those things will sell on eBay because they say Cobo Hall on them.
Yeah.
Or Cobo Arena. And I said to him, man, I think I'm going to go over and buy like 10 of them and stick them on eBay. And he says, if you do that, I'm going to kick your ass. The next day we got home and they were going for $100 a piece.
Right.
And he was like, why'd you listen to me? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Anyway.
Why would you listen to him all of a sudden?
Yeah. That's usually how bad things start. There's another prized possession. The first Kiss Marvel comic. I bought it off the newsstand for a whopping $1.50. Kurt Ski, that's awesome. Listen, do me a favor, because this would mean so much to me. Go to our YouTube page, post the pictures of the things that you've got. It's cool to hear you talk about them. Just take a picture and stick it on our YouTube page.
You mean the Facebook page?
Did I say that? Yeah. Facebook page. Yeah. Go there and take a picture and see, this is what I'm talking about. My brain is.
I don't think you can post photos on YouTube.
No, you can't. So go ahead and do that. Let's go with one more here. One more. If you could go back to any year in the Kiss genre, any year,
okay,
which would it be?
Oh man, probably. You mean a year, or what are you talking about?
Just pick 1 year. Just like if
probably
you could go back
1977 or 78, one of those, because they were huge then. Me and my friend were dressing as them all the time, and maybe I could go back and get someone to take me to one of those concerts. No, I was too young, a little bit. I didn't get to see them till 79, but at least I saw them back then. But that's where I would go.
So we're getting remote viewer says 1006 says 75. Ray says 77. Wolf says 74. Baton Rouge show. OMG. Wow. Lisa Roberts says 77, 78.
78, baby.
Doug says Love Gun Tour. I went with Doug to his first show. It was Crazy Nights, and Ted Nugent opened. I wonder who he thinks was better. Jess.
Yeah.
Bell says Love Gun, Alive 2. I'm just kind of scrolling through and putting them up on this screen for you guys. If you're at home and you're listening to this, you're not watching with us live, let us know. Podcast Rock City 1, that's the number one. At gmail.com. And tell us, answer some of these questions for us. We're really interested. And don't forget that if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, I am posting shorts during the week, and it gets us to still hang out during the week. All the Kiss fans to talk and chat about whatever it is I said that was stupid. And of course, Doug says Nugent was better.
Tad Nugent. What?
Tad Nugent. That's why he didn't get arrested, because it says Tad, not Ted, on the T-shirt. February 83, Creatures. Paul Scott says
Okay.
The Palladium Show. You know what, Billy? That might be one. I think I might like to see Eric Carr's first show. I really wish that somebody would release that video. 2 things I would love to see. I would love to see the full live concert that was, or at least uncut, of the Phantom show. And I think I would really, really, really love to see Eric's first show. I wonder if he peed. I would have peed my pants.
He might have. He was so excited.
Look at this. Brett N. Denton says, Peter Chris let all veterans like me front of the line privileges at his meet and greet. That's really
wonderful.
Cool.
Did he really? That's really cool.
Thank
you for your service.
I don't know if that video footage exists, but I mean, you would have to believe that it's.
They said they videoed everything. That's what Gene says. Every single thing we've done.
But you also have to think about the fact that they would recognize that this first show with Eric would be important, right?
I would think.
There is footage online of it from a news story. But that's all I've ever seen. It's not a whole show. Anyway, all right. So, look, we've hung out for an hour. Thank you guys very much. We'll be back here. If you guys could, while we're sitting here, I'm going to give you 10 seconds, okay? Go ahead and hit the like button, the thumbs up, the heart button, anything that you can along with the show. That will help this show move up in the ranks as far as people being able to see it. Chuck McFarlane is correct when he says... Gene says a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chuck. You're 100% correct. Thank you very much for being here with us. Night, Lisa Roberts. Take care. We love you guys. We'll see you here again next week. If everybody's here, we're going to do something called Take It or Leave It. Whereas I would say Beth and Lee would say...
Leave it.
Interesting. Okay, so that just at the end we open up a can of worms. Lee, do you have anything to add?
No, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the interactions a real lot. This is great.
It's a lot of fun. We really do thank you guys. Raker, not my elementary school. Okay. You know what I'm gonna say. We love KISS and we love KISS podcasts, most of them anyway, and you're gonna hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1, peace.